Liberia Broadcasting System presents Nightline Liberia. From the valleys of Liberia to the top of Wologisi Mountain, Nimba, Grand Kipma, River G, to the coast of Sino, Bassa, Bong, Riverses, Maryland, Margibi, Grand Cru, Bapolu, Grand Jide, and Monserrado. We present to you Nightline Liberia, a primetime talk show loaded with factual news, fresh information, not fiction. Nightline Liberia. We set the tune. We control the airwaves. We are the nation's pride, the biggest platform. Our panelists are some of Liberia's brightest and best political analysts from diverse backgrounds, like Vandela Patrick, Dr. Lester Zomatic Tene, Al Hussein Fadiga, Samson Brown Toh, Daniel Sando, and Eugene Lamin Fangon. Nightline Liberia begins at 8 p.m. with 60 minutes around the country, bringing you updates from LBS correspondents. Nightline Liberia's final segment kicks off with its panelists and pundits from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. as they propound on trending national issues. Nightline Liberia. Ask not what your country can do for you, but
Good evening, Liberia, and welcome to Nightline Liberia. My name is Habib Kuya, one of the moderators tonight, along with my colleague. Let me now take this time to welcome you to another edition of Nightline Liberia, a primetime show on ELBC Radio 99.9 and other frequencies across the country, as well as LNTV2. Nightline Liberia is the media of the minds with some of Liberia's best and brightest political analysts. Let me now cross over to our moderator. Good evening, Anthony.
Fabian, thank you very much indeed. And let me say a very good evening to everybody listening to us by way of ELBC, FM 99.9, and other frequencies around the country. We're also on several other platforms, including social media. And we are extremely happy today to welcome our panelists who will come on later online. We're also very, very pleased to have with us today someone who is not a stranger to me, the senator, once a senator, always a senator, in the Liberia Immigration Service head. I like to try to call all of his names. I wish I could. Stephen Jobo Amadou Zago.
Thank you.
I hope I tried with that.
You did.
Okay. Welcome so much tonight to Nightline Liberia, sir.
Thank you very much for having me. Thank you so very much for the opportunity. Yeah.
Okay. So the Commissioner General is here. He will be looking at quite a number of issues tonight, where they met the Liberia Immigration Service, where they've taken it now, and then the rest of the two other subjects will be presented to us by Fabien. He will be talking about where he met the Immigration Service and where he's taking it, and then the other topics that will be coming up tonight, Fabien.
Yeah, there are several other topics attached to what he told us about tonight, and so depending training in FOIA will also be discussed, coupled with recruitment, and LIS 1980s building government pays 85K annually for are all part of discussion, and he will be telling us the kind of building or where is situated, is whether it's the building they are occupying presently, and those are the topics that will be discussed with the commissioner along with our panelists tonight on Nightline Liberia on this edition of the program.
Well, thank you very much, Commissioner General Stephen Jobo Amadou Zago. Once again, welcome. How is the Liberia Immigration Service, by the way?
Look, thank you again for having me. Thank you for the opportunity to avail your platform. to the Liberia Immigration Service. Liberia Immigration Service is up and running, spirited, upbeat. We met the Liberia Immigration Service. This is the organization that was established since 1956. We've statutory mandate to mend our land, air, and sea. We are the sole institution that does just that. So we met the institution a little bit dispirited, a little bit not too motivated. So when we jump into it, the first thing any institution will be proud of is its manpower, its human resources. So when we met the institution, the human resources need was imperative. So we engaged all of the young people we met, I and the three deputy commissioner generals and about 6 to 7, 8 directors. The first thing we did was, like I said it again and again, to do an assessment and conduct a manpower audit of the manpower we have, the logistics we have. We working along with the IAA dispatch a team to all of the counties in Liberia. That assessment revealed that our strength was wanting. That assessment revealed that we had about 148 ghost names on our payroll. That assessment revealed that many of our immigration officers were either in Monrovia and not in the rural area. What the challenges are, what the porosity of our border is evident. So when we conducted that along with the IAA taking that initiative, then we got back on the drawing board. They begin to establish that out of the 148 ghost name, some effort have been made, a few of them returned. And then when that happened, we had to engage our partner, the UNDP, to see if you have a 148 ghost name. I mean, that was a huge challenge. So we work along with the CSA, we work along with the UNDP. Some 4 months ago, we conducted the first in-service training at the Banga Regional Hub, where we graduated 185 LIS officers through the kind courtesy of the Liberia Immigration of the United Nations, of the UNDP, to whom 80% of what was spent to conduct the training was provided by UNDP. And then we conducted that at Banga Regional Hub with no cost, because the Banga Regional Hub is government owned. We brought in the Sierra Leonean Commissioner General of Immigration, our counterpart, because we wanted that regional balance, that regional approach. We brought it in. You are a keynote speaker, it went well. That training motivated our folks. So now if you go to LIS, unless before, honestly, they were not motivated, they were not spirited. What was lacking in the LIS was what you call esprit de corps. So, but that training, and then we reawaken the spirit, and then also working in partnership with the Contact Global, who had a partnership to do our visa. We were able to procure some few vehicles. That's why you see flying the street today. So make the officer much more motivated. And the fact that he myself could wear a uniform, they felt so good about it. So you found the order officer, even if they won't afford it, they will fight hard to at least put out a $50 or $100 to be able to get at least 1 or 2 suits. So you see now the ordinary LIS officer in the street, the spirited, the upbeat, they feel good. And myself too, wearing uniform, so they feel so good about it. So the LIS is motivated, is spirited, is upbeat. We perform our tasks. We got our own challenges, yeah, we do. But where I met the LIS and where it is now, perhaps it won't appear good if I attempt to blow my own trumpet. But if you take your own survey among LIS officers, you see how motivated they are, see how spirited they are, you see how upbeat they are. And now if you go to various checkpoints, go to various border points, They are there working in concert with other security institutions. So we up and ready and good and doing the Liberian people's work, a work that has to do with all men in the both land, air, and sea. So the Liberian land, air, and sea is the responsibility of the Liberian Immigration Service. Those migrants that come into our country, that leave our country, we are the one that pass through our hands before coming in, and we are the one that pass through our hands before going out.
So, still looking to see our panelists, but again, we will continue with our conversation until they all can join us. I don't know if Fabian has an intervention to make at this point, Fabian.
Yeah, basically, I listened to you keenly, and you spoke very well about the Liberia Immigration Service, about mining both land, air, and sea. But I'm concerned about porous borders that we have here. And despite our borders being porous, you find not too many are being spread out in the various communities within the counties. And so as a result, you find some acts being committed with people trying to sneak in. And so of recent, you had this recruitment going on that lasted for days. And I'm sure you have an extension. And there were so many young people trooping in to form part of the process. So how is it like?
And thank you very much for that question. That recruitment came as a result of the CSA retirement plan. CSA sent a letter some 6 weeks ago, then and about, informing us that come the end of July 31st, almost close to 400 of LIS officers. There's that number in 318 LI officers will cease to work because of tenure and age. So they wrote out that communication. We were shocked, honestly. And then we got on a drawing board, the team and I, we got on a drawing board. So how do we fill in this gap? First of all, we already have a gap. We've not met our benchmark. LI was expected to be between 4,000 to 5,000. We beneath that number, far beneath that number. So then again, all of a sudden, I talk about the ghosting issue. Then all of a sudden, we have this 318 retiree. And then in addition to the attrition rate, in addition to illness, in addition to greener pasture, when any LI officer see a greener pasture or other area, because unless in the security landscape of Liberia, the LIS is the lowest paid. To the extent that I think we're in violation of the Decent Work Act. Unless the LIS, the government of Liberia, is in violation of the Decent Work Act when it comes to LIS officers.
And when you talk about lowest pay?
The Decent Work Act, yeah, lowest pay. I mean, the ordinary LIS officer make $170 US, $170 US, and that's the data.
When other taxes and things are being deducted?
So it comes, yeah, $170 US data. So that's very, very low. It violates the Decent Work Act. So when we got this shocking news from the CSA, where Joker is, that we had to do away with the number of people. So we thought, how do we fill in the gap? Because we were told that from July 31st up to October, the end of October, first from July 31st, they will cease to start working. However, in when they will cease to start working, they will take pay. They will take pay July, take pay August, September, and then October. Then they and the CSA will work out the various modality, the handshake and what have you. But then we have a charge to ensure that we fill in that gap. If we do not fill in that gap on time, CSA, most of CSA work is automated. And then we may not benefit from that, from that allotment. So that puts some fear in us and energize us to start to say, hey, wait a minute, we got to. So we thought, look, we got to do a replacement. So at first we thought to make a projection of 300. We sat down again, sitting with the expert there. We said, look, if you just train 300, and we want 300, the CSA is seeing that 318 has reached retirement. From now to October, that number could increase to about 400 to 500. You know what I mean? Different about 100 plus. So let's train at least 500 persons. We put out the requirement. We said, look, Liberian in the ages of 18 to 35, minimum high school graduate, police clearance, medical clearance. For me, as I speak to, we got a little over 10,000 applicants.
Wow, that's
We're looking for 500, about 10,000 applicants. So we had to, again, we do not have the money to do the training. What we have the money for is when we train them, the money will be available. Going all of the fact that the retirement plan will create that vacancy. So now we had to knock at the door of our partners, the UNDP, who helped us before, and obviously the government of Liberia through the Ministry of Finance, contact with me, we sent in our plan, and we came up with a projection of about 700,000 United States dollars to train 500 persons. In my honest opinion, as former chair of the Committee on Defense, Security, Intelligence, and Veteran Affairs, that is the lowest you can ever have to train those number of officers. Because I remember we have a training plan for the military to train about almost 200 military point over $1.7 million. So I'm just saying 700,000, the allies 700,000 to train 500 men. We put it out there, and we have gotten over 10,000 applicants. So as of next week, Wednesday, going everything constant, praying that the Ministry of Finance will make available the 700,000 or even half of it for a time being. We will conduct the first test we've reached the University of Liberia. They are giving us the green light to use the University Auditorium as the place in Monrovia to conduct the test. There will be other tests conducted in other counties. I'll take, for example, like Bon, Lofa, and Nimba. The test for those applicants will be done in Banga. Grand Jide, Sound will be here in Grand Cru. So bombing Grand Cape and Bapol will be here in bombing. When all those tests are done, the results are brought forth. Then the next phase, there are those who said they were WIAC graduates. So we've had discussion with the West African Examination Council, WIAC. WIAC will be making available to us her domain so that those who claiming to have graduated from high school with the WIAC certificate will put the name into it. Take, for example, you put Stephen Jogbo Amadou Zago name into the WIAC portal. And I said I graduated from William Via Topbaha in 1986. When I put in there, and my name doesn't show, and I say, wait a minute, where did Zago graduate from? And I graduated from Topbaha in 1986. So WIAC have agreed, yes, we're in that portal. Then also, we've written the military. The military have agreed that they will allow us to use the 14 military hospital facility to do physical and medical tests. We've written the Ministry of Youth and Sport. We got a positive response that they will allow us to use the SKD facility to do the physical. So when we go through all the rudimentary, at the end of it, we want to get the best 500. Even if we can get 1,000, we'll work with the 1,000, but we'll not start the 1,000 training immediately. What we will do, we will set aside the first 500, and the other 500, we will take one of the first 500, the best of the 500, and carry them at the Liberia Immigration Training Academy in Foya, Lofa County. Why Foya, Lofa County? Let me say this to you. When Mr. President was vice president, he gave to the Liberia Immigration Service a land, a compound in Foya, huge, very huge, big. And then other partners to include East and other people help us to develop it. But it's lying in urine. If we do not do anything, that huge investment will go in urine and will be wasted. We dispatched a team there to include my Deputy Commissioner General for Naturalization, Tamba, and all the principal deputies. They did an assessment. They came out and said, but Chief, the place is so unique that anyone want to go there. Even the military in the future could use that place. Even other regional immigration institutions from Guinea, Sierra Leone, Africa could use it. Because in the minds of the old man, you went there for a regional purpose. But Chief, all we need to do is we need about 10 bundles thing because it was lying urine, the storm took us some of the zinc, and then we need few plywood, not plywood, but timbers, and then a few other things, some pin and nails. So he come back there again to do the final assessment. We are procuring those, and then we've talked to East, who themselves did the construction. They've agreed to help us procure it, so we carry and do the assessment. On our own, we do all of those things. The first set of money we need to be able to prepare the team, to prepare and get the first 5,000 and the first 500 to go to FOIA, we provide ourselves for the LIS. So we are hoping, today I'll speak to you, my team work with the deputy, and let me say in the parliament that the Ministry of Finance have been so magnanimous, they've been so generous, they have given all their ears. They come to realize that, look, there is a need. The onus pitfall is that it's not cast in the budget. Why isn't it cast in the budget? Let me tell you why. It's not because we did not see it coming. I mean, when I said now we saw it coming, like, so we're preparing for this, so we go, this is what we want for this training. No. But when CSA told us, look, as of July 31st, 318 of your staff will cease to work. We already have not met our benchmark. We have met our benchmark. They're taking 318. We got it, goes new. We said, wait a minute, we got to do something. So now we run the finance ministry. We do all the justification through the justice ministry, which, as you know, is our mother agency, our mother ministry. They saw the reason Councillor Tua, the justice minister, being so understandable. He did a covering letter on it, sent to Mr. Finance, CSA be understandable. CSA justify why the LIS can do this. So now at the Ministry of Finance, there we are, hoping that we can get the 700,000. And we told them, the acting Minister Myers, I mean, a very good gentleman who is already despite his busy schedule to listen to you. And we all know Tanem Russell, I mean, that's the lady who been, she's the mother of the ministry. So she honest to us, wait a minute. I mean, if we can get all together at one point in time, can we do half or can we do something? So with that, this corner is ongoing to see how much can be made available to get us started. But on our own for immigration, we're getting it started. And our plan that we want to have the test being administered. They come Wednesday. Those in Moro will be at the University of Liberia. Those in the counties will go to the regional headquarters. The announcement will be coming, it's already out. And then after that, we'll do our medical, and then we'll be able to get the best of the first 1,000. And out of the 1,000, we'll start with the first 500. And after we shall free the 500, we're hoping that the next budget year, we'll be able to put it into the budget. And there's another window that I just opened to us, the window of recasting the budget. So now we're hoping that some will do a recast of the budget. We hope the senators, my own colleagues, we see reason to help us. We hope the representative have shown too much interest in this training thing because you know that their constituents will training. So they all been calling us. They all so upbeat and happy for it. And the procedure that we have laid down to achieve the glad with it. Our only challenge is to be able to get the money on time and get it in perfected.
Your only challenge is to get the money on time and get it perfected. Yeah. I'm sure your partners we do that in line with what you prefer.
It is our prayer that they do.
Yeah. But I'm concerned about the numbers or the number. Yeah. Initially, there was a set number for those that applied, especially the applicants. Did they exceed or were they below, for which there was an extension, one? And two, you talked about the portion of land being given to LIS in FOIA by the president, by then he was vice president. And you mentioned about the project or the land being lying in ruins. Yeah. Is it that with the training that's supposed to be ongoing or that will be in FOIA, is it that you're going to develop it to have it in a not too distant future for LIS to conduct further trainings?
No, the land is there. The infrastructures are there. Mm-hmm. But infrastructure are lying in ruin. Mm-hmm. To the extent as to in one of them, the biggest building, we did an assessment, we may need 10 bonus thing. It's a big academy, huge, a lot of buildings in there. I mean, it's so big that it's even bigger than the police academy in Monrovia.
How many acres are we talking about?
Several acres. I can't put figure to it honestly, but I will share with you. So now it's there. We have few of our officers there. But we said we got a kind of huge facility and have the capacity too. So the last time we went to the Banga Regional Hub, because we're talking about 200. How much money did we try the Banga Regional Hub? Yeah, So about 200. So now we talk about 500. The Banga Regional Hall doesn't have the capacity to absorb that number. But for ya, we can train over 500 men. The capacity is there. So we tell ourselves, hey, what do you mean? Why a lot of capacity? Why a lot of institutional? So we want to move the training in there. Just want to do that. And then on the issue of the numbers, we anticipated further, we talk about 300. When we saw the wave of applicants, it speaks volume. We didn't know that a lot of people out there have passion for LIS, they want to join. So as I speak to, we have gotten a little over 10,000 applicants. And of the 10,000 applicants, we only want 500 for now.
Wow.
1,000, but we'll take the first 500, train the first 500. And subsequently, we're hoping that in the next budget year, we can insert that into the budget year. And we also hoping to that Sunday is a window on the recasting of the budget. I'm hoping that the legislative branch will see reason, a compelling reason, to have this 700,000 available to LI to train 500 young men and women so they can form part of the Liberia Immigration Service, to at least carry our number closer to the benchmark, to be able for us to mend our seaport, our airport, and our land. And we don't need to talk about porosity. We have about 176 border points in Liberia. Of the 176, only 46 is men. The other 130 will leave go. Will leave go. So go brother now. I mean that those are areas where we lack the capacity to men. It's so porous. It's so hard to assess. So maybe if we want to go down here, not talking point. Yes. We may want something like some true to accessible areas that are not accessible to know what's happening. Just today at the Mabampong, the TRP conference, the TRP dialogue, trafficking in persons, and we did a presentation. I mean, Liberia taking from tier 1 from tier 2 to tier almost to tier 3. Liberia have been downgraded on the trafficking in persons. And one of the areas that people traffic people is to our border. And they are doing so because our border is so porous. We don't have the capacity. So if we had the capacity, and or since we don't have all of the capacity, if we had the instrumentality, the gadgets to work with, those gadgets will be deployed to those areas that are inaccessible. So when you can be able to see what is happening there. Even if there's a movement, maybe it could be some kind of black deer moving, or it could be a person. Then that you can develop that image and see the transaction and be able to rapidly respond. Because what we call the border patrol unit, though they're not as sophisticated, but one thing I know, they are passionate and they want to make a difference in there. So that's what the LI is now as it relates to our training.
You know, based on what we've heard, Mr. Commissioner, from you and before you, what we have been hearing, it would seem that the task before the LIS is huge in terms of providing immigration services. But let me recognize Koto, one of our panelists. She's joined us. Koto, you're welcome. We'll shortly be coming over to you, but I didn't want to just let it slip since the commission was already in flight. You're talking about a huge task, porous borders to man, and you're talking about all of these challenges, and you're talking about the issue of financial challenge as well. You're talking about training 500. Tell us a little bit about the task, the immigration task. What is the task, the role, the responsibility? You said it. I mean, manning the borders. Seems to me that needs to go home more in terms of what is the duty of the immigration. Do you only stand at the borders when people come? You ask them for their documents and the rest of it? Just tell us a little bit about that before we go to conference.
No, it's beyond just that. And I don't know, I'm yet to see of all our security architecture, which one of them is as multifaceted like the LIS? And there's an institution, when I'm out there, I didn't see how important the work I got in there. And they are multifaceted. At one point in time, 60% of the work is security coverage. 40% of the work is revenue generation. Huge. No other security outlet does that. So on the one hand, we're contributing to the budget. The last time when Senator Bazanga finished the chair on on revenue call or the Senate. Double Jaro sitting on our left hand side. Double Jaro acknowledge that LIS have met target. So we are generating revenue. They seem to provide security coverage. So now that institution is unstarved. That institution is being hard hit with ghost name. That institution is being hard hit with CSA regulation of retirement. Don't want some of the old guys, because the old guys are good guys. But hey, they met the age limit, they met the tenure limit per the CSA prescription. So now the task we got now is follow. We are not met our benchmark. Then that has happened. So we need a tree to replace those numbers that have left us. Then we also need a tree to be able to meet the benchmark. Take for example, you may not see the LIS officer in Monrovia or on the street. No, our job is at the border, yes, but our job is just beyond the border. Our job is to manage the movement of people. Our job is to understand the ECOWAS terrain, how we work. Our job is to ensure that we complement other national security institutions. We complement the custom, we complement the police, we complement the DEA. Many of the huge catch of drugs in Liberia, it's done by LIS officers. So when they do it, they are limited. They pass over to the DEA. Even custom, when in our performance, if we see things of value, the last time I asked the Minister of Lands, Mass, and Energy, there was some discovery or some that going down. Who discovered it? The LIS. And we turn it over to them formally to the extent the minister called and commended the LIS. You know, so that's the kind of attacks we have. So if you are to adequately mend the border, you need a requisite number of men that we do not have yet. And when projection was made, when Army was scaling down, how long Army been here? I think almost that now, almost 80 years or 9 years, a little more.
A little more.
So think for them at the time, there was a projection of the LMP be maybe 8,000 men and women. And when making projection, you take the consideration the population ratio of the country. So that projection 10 years as compared to now is not a reality. So now we're making that projection now, LMP should be going between 10 to 12,000 men and women. LIS should be moved from 4 to 5, 6. But we far beneath that number. So that makes it a huge responsibility if we are to mend all our land borders, if we are to mend all of our sea and river borders, if we are to mend the air, all our airspace, the Raleigh International Airport, the Chin Spring, and all the runways around here that you may have. I'm told there's an Angolan company negotiating to start flying some domestic flight in Liberia. You also need LIS officers involved in there. At the border where movement of people, you need LIS officers to the 176. Well, we can't be the 176. That's the kind of challenge you have. But I say this to you. You have a people at the LIS that are so determined. I didn't know how determined they were. They go to extra mile. They saw when you saw the last Independent Day, you saw the drill, you saw the outfit. I mean, the sacrifices they're making cannot be compared to any institution so easily. So that's the kind of challenge we got at LIS, and we are hoping that people will understand the plight of the LIS. We are hoping that the Minister of Finance will say, okay, you want 700,000. Commissioner Zago and your LIS team to train 500 persons. You didn't put in the budget. We understand why you didn't put in the budget, because it was not available at the time. You didn't foresee it. It happened abruptly. And you're having a problem. We had to take the necessary action. Security work and security you don't need to be spending. You got to nip it. You don't wait to it detonates before you take action. So when security calculus made the calculations, this is it. Don't wait and say, oh man, we're not seeing it. So then we see it about it when you come on. Don't let it come out. Solve it. So we tell them we lack the manpower. You're taking 218 points from again. The last one talk about 48 goals knee. All them combined. And from now to October, someone will retire. There will be attrition. Someone will go for greener pasture. So the number may increase. Can we train 500%? Let's agree to train 500%. You don't put on a payroll. You probably maybe 75, 80% on the payroll. Hey, the other one who have worked with us have had patience. I want to remember. Mm-hmm. You have there almost about 15 young men and women who over the past 5 years have volunteered with their eyes. Volunteer.
Without salary.
Without salary. We in practical thing when you listen to the first time it sound bad. But in reality, I would now get getting to know my predecessors. I know what they went through. Some of the border point, these guys, only guys are prepared to go there. These guys, only guys will sit, get into Kenyans to go across the Kavala, go on the other side to ensure that the bad side, they don't come to our side.
Even the nook and crannies.
Yeah, so they were willing to
terrains.
sacrifice.
Yeah.
So now you have an opportunity to train a many of them high school graduate. Hey man, it is but fair you get in consideration. So this is what we find ourselves, and it is our hope. At the end of the day, the Ministry of Finance, the government of Liberia will say, hey, we don't have all.
Okay.
But let's do something
So
to ensure that our border remains secure.
Let's go to our panelists. I see Koto, she's been waiting patiently. Tonight we have the Commissioner General of the Liberia Immigration Service he's in our studios telling us about the work they do, telling us about the upcoming training. And so now it's your time to make your input, Koto.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm glad to be here today.
Koto, are you hearing us at all?
Are you hearing me? Are you hearing me now?
Yes, we're hearing you now.
Okay, I'm saying thanks, for our senator, because I will stay. Once a senator is a senator. I want to commend you for your work, your services you render to my country, Lofa country, then being a senator. Because since then, I think it's my first time being, on the talk show with him. And knowing him to transition from senatorial position to chief of immigration, it's just something. But I would not doubt it because of his security background. I think that was the best place that he could be well placed, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, having said that, I want to ask the Honorable Commissioner this question. How has it been like transitioning between being a senator and coming to be a commissioner for immigration? That's my first question. And I don't know how many questions I'm entitled to write down.
You go to now. You go to now, Koto. Yeah.
No, I don't want no. We don't want yet. Okay. I just commended the Honorable Commissioner.
No, what I was saying is that you have a chance to go at least 2 questions for a start.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you. And the second one is looking at what you have been explaining or hearing what you have explained about where the immigration status is, because I remember 2 commissioners, if I'm not mistaken, that was John Smith and followed by Prince Meyer then. And I happen to be maybe in a close proximity with these 2 commissioners because where I work at the time, I was actually, close to the both of them. The immigration system then was like, sometimes it's bad to say some of these things, but we have to say it because we want it corrected. We saw like the commissioner having the fund of the institution in his possession. How is it like with immigration now as compared to past commissioners? I gave the 2 questions now and we'll later see if I can have the opportunity to give some more questions. Thank you, Honorable Commissioners.
Can I go now?
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Oh, okay, thank you so much, Koto. I don't know where Koto is calling from.
She's calling from the States.
US.
Oh, okay, great. Koto, thank you so much. And I need sound a local name. So Koto, thank you so very much. Thank you for the kind words. Or the transition have been a little bit, maybe the transition has had a little tour on me, I must admit. One of them, you senator, you got the immense power, the huge authority that you can either call the president, you can call the vice president, you call anybody to your office, I mean, a senator can sack the president, and maybe anybody, you had the authority. But now where I am now, I'm subjected to Mr. President, Mr. Vice President, the Attorney General, because the Liberian Immigration Service is that institution within the Ministry of Justice. Though per the structure I've made in immigration, I'm the Deputy Attorney General of Liberia, but still I'm the Deputy to the Attorney General. But when I was sending to our deputy to no one, I was a co-equal. The protem was not my boss, so to speak. We were co-equals. And so that's the transition. So one with too much of power and one with a lesser power. But how be it, so that has been the transition. But again, like you said, Korto, before becoming a senator, I once served in the police 20 years and I rose to become director of the Criminal Investigation Division. Again, one of those lucky, blessed Liberians to graduate from the FBI Academy in Quantico, Virginia. So, security or law enforcement have been part of my own upbringing. So I'm passionate about it. So I hit the ground running. So that has been a transition. On the one that you're talking about, our predecessors several years back, obviously that have changed. Today, if you were to enter Liberia as a non-ECOWAS citizen, you should be paying something like $750 United States dollars. And that money doesn't come to the LIS no more. That money going to government consolidated account to the LRA. So now there's a company called the Contact Global. They're managing that. So yes, several years back, we made reference to those two commissioner generals. More than 10 years back, that have changed. Now in the 21st century, we're in a digitized world. We just concluded a negotiation with CETIX. CETIX is the company that is working with the Ministry of Labor, that is doing the work permit. They should be doing for all to visa upon arrival or e-visa for convenience and to expedite the process and to enhance tourism too. So it have changed. No commissioner. Again, there's the PFM law too. And there's the PFM law that guide all of our actions and inactions. So that is the thing of the past. We are accountable. Intermittently, the Minister of Finance, they got a proactive step. We are like they send their technical to sit with you, so together prepare a budget, not just for 1 year, for the next 5 years. And Monday they sit with you to see how your capacity can be enhanced, and they intend to help you to generate, if you are a generating entity. Like I told the LIS, we are multi-tax. 60% of our work is security coverage. 40% of our work is revenue generation. And according to LRA, thank God we're on a public radio, they have said that LRA is up to the tax. We've been able to live up to the projection, the challenge that we're giving to all to raise the amount of revenue. And we're not doing it alone, we're doing it with the help of a contract we are running with the Contact Global on the one hand, and another one that will soon go into motion, visa upon arrival. So it takes away all of the manual work. The one country is referencing, during those days when everyone from custom for immigrant had to be stamped. The person got a stamp under the arm, you go to the hall, the stamp and no. So in the transition, if you come to Liberia, you don't need to come to me. But again, we remember the ECOWAS region, the special policy of protocol on ECOWAS, the ECOWAS National Biometrics Card, the EBIC, the ECOWAS Yellow Book, the Free Movement Protocol that gave rise to the 400 million people in West Africa to move freely in each other country for the duration was 90 days. Now you're going to 120 days. So you can live for one ECOWAS country, another ECOWAS country, up in a dam. So no one needs to stamp a book. All you need to do is you have your ECOWAS National Biometric Identification Card. In Ghana, that card is about $170 United States dollars. In Liberia, it's about $150. A Liberian company, a company that understands our terrain, have been given the authorization to get it started. That responsibility was given to Contact Global. But we have some back and forth Contact Global that a violator ECOWAS protocol on free movement and ECOWAS citizens living in ECOWAS country for about 120 days before they can start to comply to those regulations. So yeah, when we were doing things manually, that could be a possibility. Now, in the digital world, in the 21st century, that is not a possibility. Or else, we will be lacking behind as a country. In the global village, you don't want to be lacking behind.
So I did hear you mention about visa upon arrival.
Yes, ma'am.
And so how soon do we expect to see that kick off? Because the issue about immigration in Liberia, I'm so concerned about our borders
Indeed.
that are porous. I'm so concerned about that. And I feel the number of persons or people that are being trained or will be trained, that number isn't sufficient to man our borders, especially for the points that you won't be able to give account for. So as a result, we don't want to see it like some other security apparatus where we find some of the officers just cluster within the capital, which of course, Monrovia is in Liberia.
Indeed.
And so you need to have your men decentralized. Now, again, with the recruitment process been going on, I'm concerned. Do you have females attached?
Yeah, indeed. And I just hope that Commissioner Tamba will call because he got all those statistics. He's so good at it. Commissioner Tamba worked with too much of female. So in all our undertaking, he's so sensitive to that. He did all the geometrics and other things. So we got a calculator, we got a turntable, we got a aggregate of the number of female, but a female number I encourage you. But let's go back to the concern you raised. The number of LIS, even it would be a 500, still be insufficient. So we gotta be a little bit proactive, as it is with the trafficking in person. I mean, partnership, prevention, prosecution, protection. So prevention is cardinal. You take less to prevent it than to cure it. So what we've been doing, we've had a good relationship. We can only engage our partner in the West African region. So last time when we had the in-service training in Banga, we brought in the Sierra Leone immigration chief to be our keynote speaker. It went well. He came with the ambassador, his entourage. That has built a good relationship for us at the Bullwater side, which is the biggest between Liberia and Sierra Leone. The relationship there is cordial. Equatorial Development is one-stop shop. So, Jai, you enter this, you exit from this side. Jai, enter here, you exit from this side. And the procedure at the scene is been harmonized. So, a few days ago, we also went to La Côte d'Ivoire, their independence. They have specially invited the Liberian Immigration Service because the struggle to land between Liberia and La Côte d'Ivoire is the biggest. From Maryland all the way to River G, we cover it with La Côte d'Ivoire. Just as we are concerned, they themselves are concerned because they're going for election. They have called all to have an engagement. At the independence, we were there. They gave us the opportunity to speak. We spoke on the historical tie between Liberia and La Côte d'Ivoire and how we should complement each other's effort. And then we got an invitation to go Guinea. We have not been Guinea yet. Though the Guinea Commissioner General I met in Abuja, in Lagos, and one of those equal migration meetings. So, yes, we don't have the numbers, but to complement the number, we're working with our partners in contemporary law enforcement. The best law enforcement now is the law enforcement that enhances the relationship with the public. So now our own public is not just the Liberian people, so to speak. It's the Liberian on the one hand, the Sierra Leone on the other hand. Liberian on the one hand, the Guinean on the other hand. Liberian on the one hand, and the Ivorian on the other hand. And in their own countries, like in Guinea and La Côte d'Ivoire, what they did with the security not honor say the Minister of Justice, it's honor the Minister of Internal Affairs. So that by extension, the paramount chief, the clan chief, the town chief, the quarter chief, all of them are part of security. So they enhance it. So though we had an argument several years back how they sent it for all to take the security component from the Minister of Justice for the Internal Affairs, but our construct did not hold. It's something that we will look at in the future. So now, to be able to close that gap, we got a strong relationship with our three neighbors. And we got a relationship that I can pick up the phone and call there. They can pick up the phone to call to us. When there's a problem in any other country that I made reference to with La Côte d'Ivoire, they help us and we help them. If there's a problem between us and Sierra Leone, they help us and we help them. Even the Guinean, who we are now having a formal discussion with, and us will soon be having a meeting through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs under the Mana River Basin, so that we can enhance that relationship to serve as a buffer what the government laborer is forging all it can do to ensure we meet our benchmark of between 4,000 to 5,000 LIS officers.
I I did hear you mention about Bullwater side.
Yes, indeed.
And that indeed is a porous point for Liberian security.
But it's far better than any other area between Liberia and Sierra Leone. Because see, the thing about Bullwater side, all the security architecture are there to include custom and all. Custom may not be a security outfit, but take for example what happened in America. You heard about the 9/11?
Mm-hmm.
Custom was separate. Police was separate. So when an intelligence filter into one of the institutions, they hold it to themselves. They don't share it. So because people are not sharing information, the bag are stretched. So they want a drawing board. They say, wait a minute. We're too separate. Everybody coming with ego. Everybody want like they're in charge. So now you go to Morocco, you got what we call RCE. You know what is RCE? Immigration and Custom Enforcement. They combine their work. Custom may not be a security outfit, so to speak. Basically, 100% or more than almost 100% revenue generating arm. But I don't think the custom will see, I will not see. I don't think immigration will see, custom will not see. So immigration and custom is compulsory, they work together. Combined with DEA. So at the Bullwater side, the relationship there is cordial, is good. And even is that Legis has given us some tablets to work with to be able to recall ECOWAS citizens coming and going. So at the end of the month, we collect the figure to know how many ECOWAS citizens came on La Côte d'Ivoire, how many ECOWAS citizens came on Guinea, how many ECOWAS citizens came on Sierra Leone, and the reverse of it, how many of our people went there. Because take or leave it, the border are such a way that the ethnic grouping, the ethnic configuration will make it difficult for immigrant men to get men, all of them. Take for example, in Makona. You have the Makona River Union that brings Liberia, Guinea, and Sierra Leone together. Back to back. You go there, all of them speak Gisi. So immigration men, you got to learn Gisi better. All of them speak Gisi. And they do it intentionally. They all speak Gisi. So even the Guinean immigration know that. The Sierra Leone immigration, the Liberian immigration know that. You go to some area between Liberia and Guinea, maybe you got a Loma, you got a Mandingo. The same people. So what we do on the ECOWAS arrangement is to make sure that we can have them to have a sense of belonging. So we man each other back. The man our back, we man their back. Send almost the same kind of a people. That is the porosity. That is the challenge of our porosity. But how be under the ECOWAS protocol, ECOWAS 400 million people are said to be given the green light to move into each other backyard easily. The only thing we need to do is to regulate the movement, to know when you come here, how long you're going to be here for, who you coming to, and what you want to do. And that is the challenge we have, and that is something we have to live with. But ECOWAS is said to is helping to make our work easier, and our relationship with ECOWAS is per accident.
Just before I go to my colleague, I will still bring you back to Bullwater side.
Yes, ma'am.
You have your men assigned at Bullwater side, and the issue about drugs, especially from Bullwater side to Cape Mount and then to other parts of Mansurado also, it's an issue and a challenge. Your men are also assigned there with DEA officers, police officers, and AFL. How are they coping with the movement? Because almost, if not on a daily basis, it's on a weekly basis, you find those bad substances emanating from Bullwater side and just coming through Cape Mount, and then obviously maybe Douala and Mansurado. So you have your men there.
Yeah, we have our men there, but our men primary focus is not that. Our main primary focus is to regulate migrant movement to and fro. But not because that is not our primary focus, we're not helping to complement. If you speak to the DEA young acting director, he'll tell you none of the catch are complemented by LIS officer, LMP officer, or some of the custom. That is their sole responsibility. That the drug issue we know is a national menace. Mm-hmm. No one can unsee it. But how be it, primarily what we are there for is to make sure that those who will come into our territory or those who will leave our territory are documented. Mm-hmm. When we are doing so and on the persons or in the luggage, we find anything that is a substance, contraband, we attention the LDA. So that is an LDA primary responsibility. But under our security architecture, we have a fiduciary duty to step in when the DA is not there. Even when the DA is there and DA cannot see and we should see it and tell them what it is. If you speak to the DA, thank God, there is now a bedroom conversation. The conversation is live. Someone from somewhere, somehow is listening. We say, oh, DA may want to call. Yeah, indeed, we got a good relationship with the LIS when it comes to that. Terrorism between us and in Nimba, there was a huge kind of drugs that was done through the LIS. But again, we limited. If we make seize of those things, what we do is to just channel it through the DA, and the DA take it from there.
Okay, so I know Carter is still listening. She might want to come back, but we know immigration is a huge challenge. It's a huge task, and before now, we've had this whole situation about the movement of immigrants. We used to hear a lot concerns about sometimes some of the immigration officers engaging in acts inimical acts. For instance, alleged harassment, for an example, helping immigrants to beat the system, those kinds of things. Do they still, or do you have any reports of those kinds of things still happening in the service?
No matter how good you are, you got some bad guys around. And anytime we identify the bad guys, the necessary actions are taken. We got the professional center division at the LIS. But another talking about facilitating the movement of migrant or immigrant or visitor or foreigner, I don't think that is a problem now because maybe for non-West African, because technically there's not too much of regulation on the movement of West African. West African are said or are expected to move freely. All you need to do, maybe you got your Equa Brown card or the Equa National Biometric Card, the EMBIC. And that was African leaders sat and say, wait a minute, if we don't create an enabling environment for trade, custom, and free movement, the business women will suffer. And those who are the border are the business women. So the crown African leaders, so African leaders say, wait a minute, let the business women, let commerce flow. So as a result, there are discussions ongoing as to enhancing that. So as an immigrant officer, you are the checkpoint, let's agree 10 Malian women or 10 Senegalese women coming in. You can't make sure that the document correct and let them come in. You can't stop them because for the honor of the protocol, they have to come. Even if they come in Morovia, they should be here for 120 days. After 120 days, if they make a determination to settle in Liberia, then you can tell having the EMBIC, the Equa National Biometric Identification Card, to identify you as a West African citizen, but from Senegal. You see, because there's a construct in our new regional security architecture talking about having us as a community. Having Equa as a community, 400 million people that we can move freely. So the only thing you do that, but even moving freely, but for the sake of the bagger infiltrating, you moving freely from Sierra Leone. You in Liberia for 120 days. You can move freely. After 120 days, you get your EMBIC or your brown card. That will just show that, oh yeah, there's the Equa citizen, but you're from Sierra Leone. Because even the Equa Parliament, there are discussion now that we should have universal suffrage. An election should be based on universal suffrage, wherein you can be a senator of Liberia, elected by a Liberian group of people, then you go to Equa. No. Now they want a situation where the 400 million people in West Africa will vote for their own member of parliament. That is the new construct that has been discussed among African leaders and it seems to be gaining ground. So, yes, facilitating or not facilitating movement of Equa citizen is not a challenge. Maybe you want to say non-African, non-Equa citizen. Maybe at the airport. Yeah, you may have you may have a few immigrant guys that will not conduct themselves in ways and manner that depict the kind of thing they do. But today we have there a lady, an old hand to the business. We're not getting too much of complaining because, first of all, it's an opportunity to be assigned at the airport. Now, if you misbehave, we want to take you from there. And now they want to be removed from the airport. And I gotta say, so they got to conduct themselves where? So the last time I was passing through, I told them, wait a minute. When you go there next time, you should have your name tag So if you commit wrong, we can look at a name tag and know who is this. You can be an immigration officer at the airport, then you don't have a name tag. So now they have started to place the name tag. So for me, you see here, Commissioner Zago. So if I'm a bad guy, if I thought to do something wrong, if someone sees me and be able to identify me, so that has been done. You see the difference. And then the challenge you got me at the airport, we got what you call the MADAS, the Migration Information Data Analysis System. The MADA is the one that almost like this. There you guys know you come in, they look you in the field, see the kind of person you are, your hairstyle, everything, and then look in the database. That instrument was given to us 8-9 years ago by the IOM, the International Organization of Migration. Is obsolete. It's old. It's very old. We just had a discussion with 2 different set of companies to see if they can complement, see if they can come in. Discussion is also ongoing with the African Development Bank to see if they can help. We discussed with IOM too. And then another group I met over and told, wait a minute, we can bring you another one. I call it TRPS, someone to be able to track. So it will no cost to you. All we do is that we build a system for you. So it will be custom into the ticket that you purchase.
Okay.
Not just librarian. Anyone coming to or librarian is building a way that it's universal. It's in the cloud. It's in the cloud. So when I walk in here, check your passport and you just look in there. They get all your bio data and do the analysis. And the funny has that it comes ahead of you.
Okay.
When you buy your ticket, you come. After you buy your ticket, boom, you are captured into the database. And so we having discussion with them. And then we almost like getting ready to have them come back so we can enhance our discussion to see that we'll be able to have them working with all at the Ralph International Airport, as we've done with the Certis Group. I'll be doing the visa upon arrival.
So this famous 1950s building.
Oh yeah.
This famous 1950s building that you're paying $85,000 for, and when you want to see something.
Look, it's just unfortunate. Again, I don't want to appear like I'm indifferent, but we all know the old NSA building. You know, LI, we're so pitiful. We don't have a building every year. And Representative Musa Hassan Benete, who is the chair on security, we call him for a meeting. Guess where he went? He went running to Bangetown.
And you had moved from there already.
So then I'm waiting for the representative. As the representative Musa Hassan Benete, where are you? He's about to Bangetown. I sorry, not again. So where are you people? Imagine
LIS on the
LIS, where are you? Come on. They went down now on Broad Street and to near a cinema. So north all the car, we're going to Bangetown near the football field. Now the one building and that's the United building. So our small boy, I remember part of mini going down. You know, that building. That Eugene Fagon share with you, why I share with you.
Okay.
I mean, deplorable. Yesterday we go to in the building. My conference room. I mean, as your bossman, Eugene Fagon.
But the public will also like to know. So you have an opportunity now to say to them.
Oh, but I'm saying, I mean, the building leaks.
Okay.
And the one that I joking and said, where I was, and I said the building sweat. So see, maybe I'll be sweating. You can live by any part of the building, but you live like the pin hitch on your skin.
But are there plans to construct a building?
We find it difficult to get 700,000. I mean, we're hoping that. And look, at one point in time, Mr. President has rationalized that, look, there should be a need to transition LIS from where they are to the old Ministry of Health. Same Ministry of Health, I'm on about some second. But then attempts were being made. We even visited the president, or we told there are some few government agencies there, like
the Bureau of
State Enterprise
is there.
And then a portion of Health Ministry there, Federation
birth certificate.
You know, but the birth certificate portion that is there, they and us work together.
Okay,
we can work with them there. All the sincere effort made. I mean, somewhere, somehow, we got a little bit, or we're getting a little bit frustrated. We thought the GSA didn't do what we wanted to. They got their own argument why they're taking so long. So, but we're in a rented building. We pay $85,000 United States annually for a building that was constructed in the 80s. I think that is an injustice and it's unfair to government for that amount of money to be paid for that kind of building. It is our hope it will still enjoy the confidence of Mr. President to remain there, to be able to move in our own building. Two of our predecessors, Abla Gedebeku Williams, Lemio Iyeri Gulf, the LIS, 5 acres of land in Benta. We assessed it. It is our hope that the next budget year we'll have the government to put some money in there for us. And then we also having discussion with partners to see if we can erect a state-of-the-art building there. But our hands are not on the money yet. But negotiations are ongoing for to have our own building. So that next time, everybody know that we'll have a building owned by LI. Now people wanting to see us say, but what LI building? Even today was someone called me. I'm trying to come, but where LI building? I said, oh, Mama Point. So congested, man. It's not a convenient place for an institution that is multi-tax, an institution that is providing security, like ASC, and an institution that is raising revenue to put in that kind of building.
Okay, so let me go back to Koto. She's been quiet for quite some time. Probably she has some contribution. Koto, yeah, the opportunity is yours again.
All right, thank you again, Honorable Commissioner. We keep hearing income generation, and I know that the immigration is also that institution that contribute to the national government.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about how much since you have been there have been able to generate as compared to past commissioners?
Did you get the question?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, fine. Yeah. How much has been generated compared to past commissioner? That was a question. Do you have a second question, Koto, or do you learn on that one?
I want to learn on that one. The reason that I firstly talk about his transition was like, and he rather put it because I was like, it's not a demotion, but I didn't want to be like insulting the honorable senator. So he rather put it, but I thought it was a demotion for him. But again, with experience.
Okay. Yeah, you put it so well. So much power now. He has to see that power and. But Commissioner, that's a question.
Before I come to a question, let me just share this fun with the rector of the Episcopal Church. He visited with me one day. He told me a story about how one of the bishops who are gone all the way. And then later the bishop said, in his retirement, he went to a smaller church. And then I bishop said, because I started from there. So your Honor, yes, given what I said first as to being a senator and the kind of power that you have your church, and then come as Commissioner General. But again, I work for this government, and I believe in Mr. President. And so when he called upon me to come and serve as Commissioner General Liberia, I wanted, now I was senator before, so I want bigger job. So I thought I have a fiduciary duty to my country, so I chose to do it. And the indication I'm getting, I think I'm doing it well. At one time, so that we doing well at LIS. But again, I can't be on to do my own performance appraisal. But then coming to your questions on what we've generated, the variable have changed. I remember when we were at the Senate hearing with President Fini Cherry, with Double Jar sitting on my right hand side, we are going a little over $2 million. We didn't meet the projection, but I'm told by them that we've met our benchmark, we've met our projection. So I may not put my hands to the figure now exactly. But one thing in that hearing, that was a month or two ago, we were told that the LIS, it was from that hearing that the people, the following week they said they're going to get $2 million to the Liberian economy. Remember, they said they're going to come and find here because if you, the Freeport, as big as you are, I mean, basically gateway to the economy. We're not gateway. We just security outlet. Well, we could contribute that, and that attestation was made by the LRA, who to allow us to control our consolidated account. That speaks volume. But we are told that we've met our benchmark. We don't wear in it. I cannot put my hands on the exact figure, but again, there's a public area. You don't want to kind of on a public platform and give misleading information on the figure. But honestly, we were told that we met our benchmark. We met projections. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you're right, because when you say it's a call of the state to come and serve, I remember you responding to issues of state, and you're a culture person too. We remember when you always said, when the keke calls me, I will show up.
Yes,
it's about that is Liberia. That is our way of life.
Indeed.
When the leaders come out and say, "Hey, Senator, come and carry this task on behalf of your people," normally you show up.
Indeed.
So we're going to follow. We're going to look at those who are following now. So Fabin, let's see who are following us on the show tonight.
We have someone following us from Wee Statutory District in Grand Bassa County. And someone says, "I'm watching you live from Greenville, Sino County. Thanks for the show." That's what the person said. And somebody just extended a greeting and said, "Hello, Sis Cotto." Raymond Tua is also watching from Greenville City. Someone is from behind Bela Cam and from GSA Road. So more followers are here, and we will alert our viewers and listeners later on.
Okay, so normally on the show we interact with the population. The citizens like to interact with the officials. So at this time, we want to open the line to take some calls. You will call us on 0772 876481. 0772 876481. I already have a call on the line. Hello, caller. Please tell me your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, good evening to the team, especially you guys, for such a wonderful platform. Let me say good evening to the Commissioner General of LIS. He has spoken well, and I think I want to commend him for his message, and his message is being tenfold by me, and also want to recommend, just before I come to my question, to ELBC, especially the management, so that this message of the Commissioner General can be 10-9 on another day within this week on the radio. To my question, sir, my name is John Kamara Taylor, and I do phone you from the Mount Barclay Belt. I have a full good question. I don't know if you can permit me to really ask the Commissioner General. The first one has to do with the counties in Liberia that contain several irregular entrance borders with both Guinea and Ivory Coast. What are your plans in making sure those borders are identified by LIS and prevented? Secondly, salary income, we should talk about for members of the LIS, is frustrating, especially hearing from you that members on the LIS are making $170 USD as their monthly salary. As a new arrowhead of the LIS, what have been your engagement with the government to augment salaries of the LIS? Thirdly, what are challenges faced by LIS in terms of revenue generation, especially in strategic areas that provide revenue? And lastly, what are your plans for the service in the next 4 to 5 years? Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much. Apparently, you plan very well for the show tonight. But let's go to the line and take the next caller. Hello, caller. Caller, are you there? Okay, so we'll go to the next one. The number to call is 0772 876481. Are you there, caller? Okay, call us on 0772 876481. The number is on the screen in case you are watching your television set. The number is there. Please call your name and where you're calling from. Okay, So call us on 077. We don't know what it is. We're trying to get you, but the line is dropping. So call us on 0772-876481, and you will be on Nightline Liberia. So let's go to the line and see who's there. Hello, caller.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, please tell me your name and where you calling from.
Hey, my name is Anthony Fremont, calling from Central Virginia, Client Community.
Tony, let's hear you.
Our Commissioner, I appreciate a lot. I listen to you clear and clear when you're talking about the issue of local council recruitment. I don't know how many thousand, 1,000 person. Well, I have a question. Like in local country, the common border between the and Sierra Leone is very common. What thing you do to improve that area? Well, especially the common border, Sierra Leone, Liberia. So I don't know what you do to improve. And my other next question is, the issue of drugs business is so rampant. People are taking drugs in drugs illegal passing within our areas, all the time. So I don't know whether you will be part of the security, to improve the security to arrest those that will be taking drugs from other countries. You can thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, let's go on the line. Let's see who is there. Is there another call on the line? Hello, caller. Is there another call on the line?
Hello?
Yes, please call your name and where you calling from.
Yeah, please call your Mr. Want to call on Mr. We don't have orange number, please.
Unfortunately, the number we have at the moment is orange. We'll make some effort. If we can, we might introduce an alternative number, but for now we have orange. Please bear with us. Let's see whether that is something we can do. So, but in the meantime, we'll continue taking the calls. Is there any call on the line? Yes. Hello, please tell me your name and where you're calling from. Yes.
Evening.
Good evening. Please tell me your name and where you're calling from.
I'm calling from Bon County, Banga.
What's your name?
Yeah, I'm commending the commissioner.
Your name.
Your name.
Actually, he is doing well. But I have question for him.
Your name.
Your name.
Yeah?
What is your name?
My name is Musa Sharif. I'm calling from Banga, Bon County.
Musa Sharif, let's hear you.
Yeah. Actually, Commissioner, thank you very much for the information provided thus far. I have question. I know at times we see some of your officers at the parking there embarrassing people. I don't know that comment is coming from you or who is giving them command to go to relay and be embarrassing people.
What kind of embarrassment do they cause people at red light?
Huh?
What kind of embarrassment do they allegedly cause people at red light?
Yeah, I want the commissioner to address that. Whether it's for him
what do they do? What do they do? What is it that you've seen them doing that you want the commissioner to address? Unfortunately, he dropped off. It's a good thing to say exactly what you think they've done. So, but let's go to the line and pick this caller. Hello, caller. Hello, caller.
Yeah, hello?
Yes, please tell me your name and where you're calling from. Please tell me your name and where you are calling from. Oh, I will take the next person. Hello, caller.
Hello?
Yes, please tell me your name and where you're calling from.
Okay, I'm Michael V. calling from Habel, Bagibi County.
All right.
Okay, I want to commend the Commissioner General LRS.
Okay.
I'm a former officer of the Bureau of Immigration at that time.
Okay.
And I resigned because of one or two things. And but I bless God that we got the right people there now.
Okay.
One of the things I want to follow from the commissioner is, like the corner was just calling for red light. There are some guys who just go around. It is not time for inspection. They go around to harass citizens in the name of inspecting documents. So, what is your plan towards that, sir? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Immigration officers going to ask for inspection when it's not time, according to him. But let's go to the line and take this caller. Hello, caller. Hello, caller. When you hold the line, please speak up. Don't hold the line and stand on the line. Please tell me your name and where you're calling from.
Hello.
Let's get the next caller, please. When you are true to the line,
Hello.
speak up. Yes, hello, caller. Please tell me your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, this Ayuba Kaba calling for Clara Town.
Okay, Ayuba, let's hear you.
I want to ask my former senator and now Commissioner General. At the time he was a senator, what was some of the contribution towards the LRS? Because now you're saying that they have people who spent like 4 to 5 years, there was not on payroll, and by then he was a chair on security. So what was some of the contribution towards those guys?
Okay, thank you. Let's go to the line and get the next caller. Is there a caller there, please? Hello, caller. Hello, caller.
Hello.
Please tell me your name and where you calling from.
I'm Wizard Dogo calling from the Poseidon, Ikena.
Yeah, let's hear you, Wizard.
Yeah, because I want to commend the LR report because the information you provide, like we will live in the sea coast. Well, I want to recommend to him that he should appeal to the government to carry the guy salary up because the guy the complement issue. The complement issue with people to the CISA. So I recommend because when they got good salary, they won't do it in a way.
Okay. So let's go back to the line and see who is there. Hello, caller.
Yes, hello.
Yes. Please tell me your name and where you're calling from.
I'm Solomon Tibuno calling from Johnsonville.
Solomon Bunda, please make your contribution.
Yes, I want to thank the commissioner for a presentation tonight. Thank you, Honorable Commissioner.
We can't hear you. You want to shift a little bit? Hello? Unfortunately.
Yes, hello?
Yeah, hello. Tell me your name and where you're calling from.
Yes, this is Adam Andrews. I call you from Grand Bazaar Highway, BIA community.
Adam, you're a regular caller. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I got a question for the senator. Honorable Senator, you were chairman of National Defense for many years, and then you were signatory to the Decent Work Act. Why are you crying now, telling the Liberian people that the Liberia Immigration Service officer is unpaid? When you were chairman, you have the oversight responsibility to seek the welfare of our officers. You have the oversight responsibility to make sure that the Liberia Immigration Service are deployed to our 176 border point. Why now?
Okay.
Are you crying? Why now?
Adam Andrew.
Why
now? Thank you. Let's go to the line. Sorry about that distraction. Let's go. Yes. Please call your name and tell me where you're calling from.
Yes, sir. My name is Mama Ngafwan, calling you from Omega Community this night.
Ngafwan, let's hear you.
Yes, sir. Thank you so kindly, Mr. Van, and thanks to the Commissioner General in studio. Thank you so much for your innovation and the impact you have made for the short time. But I have a question, which is I'm passionate about it, and which I did submit my application. But a little bit over 35, a year older. Will that be taken into consideration as well?
Okay.
And number two, the Facebook page of the LRS, please, we go to those places to find information. Let them try to activate it, let information be shared there for the public. For someone like me go there to get information. Thank you so kindly.
Okay, I'm a little bit over 35. Will you consider me? Was his first question. And then he needs the Facebook page of LIS activated to get information like he says. Is there anybody on the line, sir? Yes, please lower your radio. Okay, so we're going to move on. Hello, caller.
Yes.
Please tell me your name and where you're calling from.
I'm calling from Yellow Junction, and I'm Emmanuel Brown.
Emmanuel Down.
Emmanuel
Brown.
Emmanuel Brown. Let's hear
Emmanuel
you.
Brown.
Emmanuel, let's hear you.
Yeah. Let me first tell the commissioner thank you.
Okay.
And then I got a major question now. Listening carefully, and I want the answer. What happened? You talk about something that they are generating a form. They are generating form, arm of a generating form, 60%. I didn't say 40%, which I agree to that. But I sense that the form that they are generating is also degenerating the forms that the Liberian people to generate. Meaning that there are a lot of people who gather venting all around Liberia, especially the Fuda, some people come from different counties, they will just come, some of them, like the Liberian work that they will do, meaning the liberalization policy is being put into place. They all there and then canceling, meaning that we the Liberians will be here like shining shoe, running wheelbarrow and doing other things, but you see the Fulanese, the people from Guinea, people from different other Nigerians, they all get running keke. What are they doing as an immigration service agent? What are they doing about it? Let me please answer the question.
Yeah, I think you got your question. Yeah. So let's go back to the line. Hello, caller.
Yes. Hello.
Please tell me your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, I'm calling from Kebab, Sandwich. I must comment
your name. Please tell me your name. Your name, please. Your name.
I'm Prince Terawin.
Prince, let's hear you.
Yeah, I must comment the honorable man in studio. I have two questions, and the first one is that you talk about the bullet point, and I'm looking at somewhere around Bon County, Sota District. They have about 3 common bullet points there. What is doing concerned about that? And my next question is that you talk about by Wednesday, they will be talking, doing the first test at UL. And I want to know when the short listing will be up. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Let's go to the line and see who's there. Hello, caller. Do we have any call on the line? Yes. Please tell me your name and where you're calling from.
I'm Solomon Tibuna calling from Johnsonville.
Solomon, let's hear you. You called earlier.
Yes. My question goes to the commissioner. Mr. Commissioner, there are people who serve as action agents for LRS for 8 years. Now, the application that was brought out is shared from 18 to 35. What will you do with those?
Solomon, we lost you again, so you have to try again. But let's go back to the line and see whether we have a caller there. Is there any call on the line? Hello, caller. Please tell me your name and where you're calling from.
Hello?
Yes, good evening. Tell me your name and where you're calling from.
Good evening. Yeah, my name is Andrew D. calling from Banga, on County.
Andrew, let me hear you.
Yeah, I have a question or a concern regarding about those people that collect the tax. Whenever they get the attestation, and I know what can be the cost of it staying long before giving you your certificate and what have you.
The collect tax.
The next one. Yeah, the next one has to do with people that come and collect the tax to your place. Whenever they come and you do your payment, and the other person will come see the person that you have done the payment, so it's not the person able to do that work. So I know what
you mean who comes to collect the tax? LIS? I hope you're not getting a mix up here. So let's take the next caller. Then we are actually in conversation with the Commissioner General of the Liberian Immigration Service. So when you're discussing tax, it's not the Commissioner General of the LRA, just so that you know. Yes, let's hear you. Your name and where you calling from.
Thank you very much. Good evening to the EPC family and good evening to my people of the Republic of Liberia.
By the way, the introduction of the council in Escama, I joined this key conversation from all road to be pursuing the data collecting.
Alfonso Camara, we barely hearing you. If you could shift a little for us to hear you clear, it'll be better.
I'm sounding like a little boy.
No, we were not getting too clear. So if you just shift a little bit. So that we can get you
I will put life in myself.
Yeah, you are a lot better now. You got life in yourself now.
Yeah, because I lie in there, you know. But I listened to our commissioner. He has spoken very well, and I listened to all the explanation in making sense. You know, immigration play a cardinal role when it comes to security issue or security apparatus, because it deals with 3 functional areas: land, air, and water. You deal with these places, so you need manpower.
Okay.
And in so doing, you will not just have the manpower, but you need resources to enable the people to work. Because if the man is certified, he'll be able to perform his detail.
Okay.
So, as in regular stated, we are calling on the Liberian government and also donor partners to help this man to empower our immigration sector. Because immigration.
Thank you. So let's go to the next caller. We got more callers on the line tonight. Hello, caller. Please tell me your name and where you're calling from.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Please tell me your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, my name is Amadou Young. Complexity in Imakan.
Amadou, let's hear you, but you have somebody talking behind you. If it's your radio, please lower it.
Yeah, I'm watching you live on LMTV.
Wow, you're watching us live on LMTV there in Nimba County. Let's hear you.
Okay.
You have to either cut off your set or you move away from it. Oh, so then we're gonna have to leave you there and go to the next person. Once you are monitoring us and you are true to the line, move away or you lower the volume, or better still, shut up your set. Let's go back to the line. Hello, caller. Your name and where you calling from?
It's Agnes. I'm calling from Burkina.
Agnes McGill, let's hear you.
Yeah, I listened to all what the commissioner just said. It's very much interesting. But the problem, hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, the problem I very hard with them. Because even if you're talking, they're the people they can major role to play when it comes to the drugs issue. They can be to the bullet drugs enter in the city. So where they can be here, all of those security can be to the drugs entering the city.
Okay.
But my question is where they can be here for the drugs to enter, because they get major role to play when it comes to the drug issue.
He will provide you the answer. He's here. Yeah. Thank you. Let's go back to the line. Hello, caller. Hello, dear caller. Is there anybody on the line? You can call us on 0772 876481. 0772 876481. The number is pinned right on the screen. You can call and make your contribution. Hello, caller. Hello, dear caller. Okay, so yeah, please tell me your name and where you're calling from.
Thank you. I'm Junior Mopada call from Soso.
Junior, let's hear you.
In the first place, class at the level of RIS. In the first place, I want to on the level of
we're having a challenge with your line. We're having a challenge with your line. Can you shift a little bit? Can you change your location? No, I mean we can get you. So we'll go to the next caller. Change your location and please call back if you can. Let's go back and take this person on this line. Hello? Hello, caller. Okay, so we're not getting you. Yes, please call your name and where you calling from.
Yeah, once again, my name is Amadou Young. I call you from Campley, specifically Nimba.
Yes, Amadou, let's hear you. Thank you. A lot better now.
Okay, I want to tell our studio guests thanks for a deliberation. Mine has to do a recommendation. The Liberia Immigration Service is doing well in terms of combating drugs and some entries and so forth. But my recommendation, like I said, has to do with it requires funding, like the regular said, they need to be paid sufficiently. Another be moving them from one point to another. That is a change of assignment and so forth. Because when an officer stays so long or overdue in certain area, you try to like start to compromise some issues. Another has to do with the living facility for these people need to be one of the priorities that the government need to be looking at. Because you cannot keep the officer somewhere on the one salary. A family is depending on the one salary, then you're renting from the same salary, eating from the same salary, and all of those stuff. These are some of the things that can make some of our officers to compromise some of those things. If they are properly paid and they are well taken care in terms of their living condition or living areas and other things, I think they would do very, very well for us in the country. That's my point, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much. We're going to end it there tonight. And create space now for the Commissioner General to respond to your calls, your questions, your concerns, and all of that. Is the Commissioner?
Yeah, a lot of questions, a lot of interest, a lot of questions, a lot of interest. Let me see. Okay. Okay, thank you so very much for the level of interest shown and as evidence of the kind of a question then asked. Beginning with John Kamara Taylor, who called and make reference to the regular border between Liberia and Guinea, Liberia and Cote d'Ivoire, what I was doing. The irregular borders, again, like we said, those irregular borders are a concern to us. It's again this background that we've said that we needed 3 more to be deployed in there. And we began by saying we got about 176. We men in 46, the 130, I say we live over God, joking it. But it's serious. Those borders, those irregular borders are borders that we all need to get involved in it. Because it will be so difficult to be with deployment at all those irregular borders. Some of those irregular borders either go to people farms, people villages. You know, irregular borders go to farms and villages. Now all of the area immigrant officers will be deployed. We all need to get involved, and when we train, we'll be able to deploy enough men to those borders. Someone called from, let's call out about Sarah LI officer. Oh, no, this is John Kamara. John Kamara, I have 4 questions. You remember?
Yes, 4 questions.
Yeah, he says Sarah LI officer. Again, the Sarah LI officer, like I said, is of concern. Our salary are not encouraging. LI officer salary are a violation of the Decent Work Act, very low. It's something that we need to look at. And from the very first day I went through my confirmation hearing, I raised those issues. I'm not yet raising it now. Challenge faced by LI officers. Yes, the challenge faced by LI officer is the lowness in pay. The numerical number is we have not met our benchmark yet. So you have LI officers doubling shift in some areas. Yes, that's a challenge, Taylor. It's true. Plan for LIS in the next 4 to 5 years. Our plan in the next 4 to 5 years. First, our initial plan was to raise the morale of the men. The morale was very low. Any institution, your first major asset you got is the people, the human resources. So to motivate the human resources have been our major challenge. We're trying to transition the LIS from a manual institution to a digitized institution. That we started gradually. Visitor coming to Liberia on the visa and other things, resident permit, no more done manually. We're digitizing it. We intend to continue with it. We intend to take LIS from where it is to our own property in Bentor and pay that tribute to our two predecessors, Abla Gidebeku Williams and the little Lemmy Reeves, who got for all 5 acres. And John Smart is an attestation to that because I think he's part of the board, the city corporation inventor there. He has acknowledged that we're making some frantic efforts to see if we get requisite budget to be able to do our own billing and not keep renting. Then one Anthony Fremont, talk about manpower, the border between Liberia and Sierra Leone, the issue of drugs. And before Anthony go ask the question, Fabi, you asked that question, we kept talking about it. The issue of drug will all be a phenomenon that we have to challenge as a country, especially when the poverty level is high, the unemployment is high. Young people feel that's the easy way to make shortcut. So the drug issue is not our primary function as LIS officer. And I also saw how you came into my defense when someone asked me about taxes and other things. That is LRA. Drug is LDEA. Us is the management of the airport, the seaport, land, and the managing migrants that are going in and out is ours, and not primarily the drug issue. But it doesn't mean because we're not primarily the drug issue, we'll sit there and fool our hands. Drug-related issue are a concern to all of us. There was a caller from Bon County, Banga, Musa E. Sharif, LR office in Red Light, who comment. Apparently, a point you're driving out of there are officers at Red Light who control them, who comment, who send them there. We talk about the issue. We either have a special act, we have a tax force that need to go to arrest immigration officer at Red Light. And then, but it is dropping now because, first of all, if you arrest someone, you're arresting them for what? For living Liberia? And when Equa Pro go cover free movement, right. Then we call it full of people. You know, Liberian call it full of people, Madio people, Nigerian. Come on, Liberians are in other countries as well. No one stopping you from riding keke. If they put barricade right, come on, no need to do if the barricade, they should pay the custom, pay the commerce thing. But hey, they can be here for 120 days, they can be here for 90 days. When they intend to go beyond that, then we're going to start regularizing the status. But again, like I said, there is this young group of Liberian company that we've discussing with, we'll be finalizing it so that they can start to issue equal resident permit to equal citizens living here beyond the 120 days. So if after you go, a fuller man or whosoever come to Liberia for 1 month, then you can do him or her. You know. Then there is this thing about what Marco B from Magibi, Rela offensive. The same thing, document, you know, document of people, inspecting document one. Again, I perhaps we just need to increase the awareness for Liberians to know that we got the ECWA protocol for free movement of citizens of ECWA's country. Only they are beyond, maybe if they come from maybe Mauritania, not in Africa, and not in West Africa, maybe people that come from the east, people that come from the north, people that come from the south, but those that come from the west, come on. The ECWA 400 million people are to move freely within the ECWA sub-region country up to 90 or 120 days. Then Augustine Kawatan, when you were senator, what did you do for the allies or relate to the salary? We've spoken about it, and you see, being a lawmaker is a huge responsibility. In Yambo, you got all of the fantasy, you got all of the authority. You know, I was the opposition lawmaker. And honestly, I saw my point there. I mean, one guy who everyone knew where I was. I never heard my support for Joseph Burger. I've never heard my support. Even a senator, even a chair of the Liberty Party. I mean, there's a whole historical thing today that we don't need to go into it. But you know how my party are fair when I supported Joseph Burger from the onset. So I hope one of these days, Ayuba Kaba, you run to become senator or representative going home and see how it looks like. It's challenging. But I spoke about it, and even during my confirmation, I re-emphasized it. I didn't wait till now. Then again, a lot of callers, and I think that it was good. Wusser from Buchanan. agreed to government, appeal to government to increase LIS salary. And we said, thank you so much. We said this, if you watch our confirmation hearing, we emphasize that LI officers' salary are called wanting, and we need to relook at it. In more the spirited, in more the upbeat, the feel good, but we need to look at the salary. And I think Mr. President is sensitive to this, and discussions are ongoing. Solomon Bundo, but we didn't get Solomon where?
Yep.
Yeah. So then Adams Andrews, yeah. Yeah, Adam Andrews, chair on national security, teaching work at. Why now? Are you crying? Hey, I'm not crying. I have said it before, you know, but now, at time when you're not in there, you don't know how it looks. And so when you get in there, so I got in there and I saw and I empathized the situation of LIS officers. Our involvement with them, at some point in time, I proudly wore the uniform to make them upbeat. But Senator uniform, I also wear uniform. So they all feel spirited, they all feel good that hey, the fight Senator wear uniform. So that have changed the landscape of an ordinary LIS officer. You engage them and you see what is happening there now. Brahman Gafwan. Thank you for the impact at LIS. Okay, you see you over 35 years ago, eh?
And there's this age limit.
Yeah, and Brahman honestly, it's unfortunate if you're above 35, you're not qualified. It is between 18 to 35. Above 35, you're not qualified.
What if he has a passion?
No, but the issue not there. But if all the 10 times people have passion, for me, you talk to the father, Mr. Get all that money. I'll be glad you do. But again, it's unfortunate, Blama. When you're above 35, procedure is just that.
Okay.
It's between 18 to 35.
Okay.
Yeah, you know. Then Facebook page, we need to upgrade Facebook. And thank God our deputy chief of record president here. I mean, I don't know about the I'm a little bit orthodox. I am not. I don't want to be in the 21st century. I'm not. You don't see me on Facebook. I read on. I'm not too quiet. Yeah. So they say we need to choose on our Facebook page. Eh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I've been for me. I must admit
that you need to activate a Facebook page for LIS, where information will be available to them.
And I fully agree. Then we need to do that. Then Emmanuel Brown, Revenue Generating Agency and Security Coverage, Fulani Nigerian, Rocky Farm. Okay, he agreed that he agreed with all that. Yeah, partly we raise revenue, and obviously we do raise revenue. When we issue airport visa, when we issue visa upon arrival, when we issue resident permit, that money don't come to us. It go to the government consolidated account.
And the LRA, yeah.
Yes, and then LRA and other things. Yeah, so we do. The issue of Fula people or Nigerian people coming in Liberia not. I mean, Brown, no one's stopping Liberia from buying a keke. No one's stopping Liberia from shining shoe. No one's stopping Liberia from getting involved into petty trading. So if other come and feel that that's the way to survive without a country or the way happening in South Africa, the situation where how you call that phenomenon? Where our own people xenophobic. No, we're not. Xenophobic. Yeah, so we're so free here. So they are too. And again, I mean, I'm wondering how if we still don't understand that we got the ECOWAS protocol. And Labra is a signatory. All of the ECOWAS protocol, we are signatory. And you know, interestingly, I represented Labra at the ECOWAS Parliament for over 6 years. I co-chair the Committee on Trade, Custom and Free Movement. So I do know how. Look, go to Nigeria. No one asks you a question.
But Mr. Commissioner General,
but I said some
clearly, do we not see a need for more awareness on the protocol so that
no,
these
indeed,
questions that are coming, that people are not
indeed, we all need to do. And thank God, Eddie Snow is still on the committee yet, probably the longest. You have some new energetic senators and lawmakers. We just need to educate our people more and more on the ECOWAS protocol. Chairperson had a Manor conference here, bringing Liberia, La Côte d'Ivoire, Guinea, Sierra Leone to on the Manor business enrichment. I mean, we power regional network. We're not alone in this thing here.
So we're trying to actually wind down now. So what we will do, we'll go back to Koto.
No, you want to go back, but I still answer some question here.
Okay.
Yeah, you got,
so
you got Solomon Jones. Yeah, okay. But again, if I'm summarizing this, Kebe, from Banaville, and they preached to the winner. And Zota, the 3 chapter, I don't know what you're saying about 3 chapter, short listing, when will be out? Yes, like I said, we'll be administering the test next Wednesday. The press people are here. As soon as of tomorrow, all the information will be made available to all of us. Solomon from Johnsonville, action agent who served LIS for several years and are above the age. That's a good concern. Honestly, if you have been an action agent who has served the LIS for a little more years, and there can be attestation from previous, not just current commanders now, and they can, I mean, it's something that we can look into. Honestly, it's something that we can look into. Just
and can be verified.
It can be verified, or you know, I mean, if a man served us for 4 to 5 years, and maybe he's just about 30 or 36, he has served 4 to 5 years, and now a current boss man attesting to that, but 2, 3 other bosses who were there before, who may have been rotated, can attest. It's something that you want to look at. Yes, it's not all of the who's. Andrews Collins, Banga Bon County, attestation, how long it took LI, what tax, but the guy I think will come because it all taxes being paid. We're not the one. Alfonso Camara, Oro, certified LI officer to make then and yes, obviously. I mean, so the question was just to see LI officer who control land, air, and sea. Yes, indeed we do. And he said water. Yes, Amadou from Nimba. But Amadou go, we didn't get Amadou again. To subsequent then Alice McGill, when you all came before, where can people be when all the drug and powers and come into the city? We primarily would not, our job is not primarily drug related, but we complemented LDEA while at the border. Even if LDEA is not there and we happen to do a drug catch, we pass it over the LDEA. But our LDA primary responsibility and our order come into drug related is just a compliment. The Amadou came back again. He said you're from Nimba, complainer. And a long stay officer, living condition, LIS, yes. Interesting, let me just disclose this. The National Housing Authority and all are in discussion for officers, low-ranking officers, because they got a project where they will have to, and I think Mrs. Florence Jube is, we've been having a discussion. She was my classmate in Tottenham. We all grew up, we all came up in Tottenham. So she has said to her, we want to help LIS officer and police officer, security officer, low earning, so that they can own their own horses. I mean, that discussion is ongoing. We'll be signing a contract with EcoBank to loan officer. The only challenge we may have, young people gotta be honest. Don't take EcoBank money. Don't invest it into getting the housing unit, then you step away. I mean, then it will put us as head or institute in liability. So now we have to determine who is a good young officer as compared to the bad officer.
So we'll be looking out to get you some of these days sometime soon when you have the time, because we're really going almost 2 hours now. We trying to wind down. So we want to get Cotto's parting comment, and then we will come back to you for our winding down tonight.
Cotto's parting comment be favorable to me. Cotto know how to send the answer.
Cotto, there you go.
All right. Thank you, Honorable Senator. Like I said, from the onset, it's the love of our country. Even for some of us who are not in the country, we are still here. This is our way of contributing. Carry on the awareness of especially some of these institutions. Like for my warning down, I was like looking at what the CSA had done. We know it's good work they are doing, and what I will recommend is that those that are qualified, those men that are qualified that are not properly documented, I think we see how we can incorporate them. If they are knowledgeable of the institution, we find a way, like you rightly said. You guys cannot kick these people out, but to see where they can go through the proper channel. I know some of them will be disenchanted, but anything that is not done right is not done at all.
Yes.
And the they were talking about the technical issue. I think we are in the improve technical world now. It is the responsibility. If you are a commissioner, technically dysfunctional, I think that's why you have young technical guys, or they have the technicians that will handle this, because it is good that people be aware, and this is the
Thank you.
shortest means that people have to go to.
Thank you, Koto. Interestingly, I'm seeing am I seeing go up?
Oh,
Interestingly, at the
Well,
last
just
minute.
just joining us.
Yeah, I show up. Finally, I
Yeah.
show up.
and last they
through
will
all
always say
odds, I show
the
up.
age old problem. We talk about the age old problem. Let's forget about the age old problem and work. And I think that's what the president is here, as old as he is. He is working, and I think you guys should also be working to make sure all of the age old problem not be a young age, because every day age old problem. We want to eliminate the old age problem and now try to solve this problem. Thank you, and glad to be here with you today. Have a blessed evening.
Thank you, Koto. I'm going to see Thomas play the magic tonight. He has 1 minute to run up everything. Thomas will give you the 1 minute to run up everything.
Well, yeah, 1 minute. I want to thank everybody for participating. Thank you, Koto. Thank you, Honorable Commissioner. And thank you, these guys in the studio. My only contribution now, since it's last minute, is to bring the attention of the commissioner to how they can leverage technology. I'm not sure if I heard anything about that, but leveraging technology and working in collaboration with the various embassies. I don't know how you access the information from the various embassies, but that is, one way that I think there should be a platform where you can be able to access information that comes from the embassies, and then you be able to interact with those info. So from the embassies, from your end, you should be able to track who's coming into the country and who's leaving, and whose time has expired, and how to be able to get to them. So that also means that you need to be able to work with other parts of the government, like the internal affairs. For example, you talk about the porous borders, where people, from from other countries go through farms or farmlands and enter into the country. If you can work with Ministry of Internal Affairs to ensure that all town chiefs, quarter chiefs, or chiefs in general, are able to report any foreigners that live in their areas, including even landlords, to report foreigners, or ensure that there's a process in place that ensures that a foreigner, before even renting a place should have the requisite documents, that no one should be allowed to just rent a place when they don't have requisite documents. I think these are important ways that we can be able to curtail illegal immigration and even crime. Because if you come to a village and it is incumbent upon the town chief in that village to ensure that they report you, that is, collect all your information and pass it over to the government, I think it will help a lot. It doesn't mean report in a negative sense, but ensure that people who are coming into our country are known, their locations are known, how they enter the country, their status, and all of that. I think, if you look into that direction, it's going to help a lot.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. So we go to the commissioner, at least to round it up in a minute. We're a minute into the news, but that's for what it costs.
No, I tell you, Koto, just give me compliment. So Koto, thank you. I mean, thank you so much, Koto. Is noted. My young brother just came in. On the Ministry of Internal Affairs arrangement, you got what we call the County Security Council, the District Security Council. On that construct, we work with the Internal Affairs Ministry to ensure the national security architecture, and work with Internal Affairs Ministry to ensure that paramount chief, town chiefs, commissioners, superintendent, all are part of it. There's this Monday meeting with the Minister of Justice where those issues are highlighted and are discussed. So yeah, we're taking note of that and we're making good on those things. There are a lot more. You talk about digital war. Yes, We've had some meeting with embassies. We met with the American embassy last on the call. They commended all for the sacrifice of making in the absence of all the logistics. We met with this they call Janet. She's talking about managers at the American embassy. And then we also had the German ambassador visiting with us, and they were so pleased with our level of work. The Chinese gave us 16 scholarships in appreciation. Since we took over, there have been a reduction in complaint to the embassy by Chinese nationals of harassment from Liberian security personnel, especially immigration.
Okay, so the Commissioner General of the Liberia Immigration Service, Stephen Amadou Jogbo Zago, has been our guest tonight. Let me say many thanks to all of you for being a part. Fabian, you worked so hard in getting this together. Our panelists, thanks for coming. We are again going to be here tomorrow evening at 10. But just before we go, let's say to you, asking not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. Like in the words of His Excellency President Joseph Numa Boakai, let us work together such that think Liberia, love Liberia, and build Liberia. Have a wonderful night.
The Department of New Media and